Hi everyone. Sorry for being gone a while. Not only has the current project been giving me a bunch of trouble, I've been pretty distracted. Not only have I been conquering Calradia.
What happens if you die? Oh.
Thanks, CJ. But I've also been conquering the discotheque. Today's video is about the cultists for the Brothers Paradox, but actually they've been done for a few weeks now. Immediately after finishing them, I started painting the next units, which were some Chaos Marines, but due to some complications, I've had to pump the brakes on that. Now I'm stripping paint, but scrubbing it's killing my wrists, so I'm waiting on an ultrasonic cleaner to come in before I try it again. Before I show you guys the cultists, I'd like to get some feedback for this video format I've got going on here. Iceborne is a very good looking game, and I'm experimenting with using some frame shots as background filler, much like my last video and this one here. I know sometimes for updates I'll just use random gameplay, but I try to opt for using that when nothing else is really going on visually. But for something more involved with what I'm crafting or a painting showcase like this, I like the idea of just using it as a background dressing of sorts. If you like the older video style, let me know, and I'll either phase this out or find another way of going about it. Probably won't just be Iceborne in the future, but at the moment, I'm enjoying using the free camera mod, so it'll be that for a while. So now for the cultists. Nah, just kidding. I gotta show you guys this demonic artifact I got for Christmas. This is a small box I got for Secret Santa last year. I call it the Chaos Box. This is a mind-blowing gift, because it is filled to the brim with Chaos Space Marine bits. An entire bag of leftover Rubric bits, some Khorne Berserker bits, Plague Marine bits, Magnus's face for some reason, I don't know, some tank bits, Demon Prince bits, a bunch of other shit in here. Like, you can tell the guy who sent this to me has a very sizable Chaos Marine collection under his belt. One part of it that really makes me laugh are chainsword arms. Like, seriously, there's like a shit ton of chainsword arms in here. Like 30, I swear to God. And of course, my favorite part of the gift, the message on the back. The kindness of this man was instrumental in assembling these cultists, so thank you very much. This box is very special to me, and I'm very thankful to have it. Alright, cultists for real now. The main goal for these cultists were kit bashing with a paint scheme sticking to the colors I ended up settling for, which are purple and orange. Not only does this mean that every cultist in the squad of 20 is a one-of-a-kind kit bash model, but these models cost me nothing out of pocket, being made of bits and materials I already owned. Some more prominent examples would be some of the easy-to-build Poxwalkers, some leftover Scion bits, old box of some random Reaper Bone minis, Warhammer Underworld skeletons, a Zangor, a Bloodletter, some Cultists from the Necromunda box I bought, an old Necron warrior who was missing his arms, and one mini that I just kind of liked as is, so I just stuck it on the base and called it a day. So there's two loadout options for Cultists, which is pistol and melee weapon, or a proper like rifle auto gun configuration. I didn't see these guys being very useful in melee, so I'd rather they'd be able to shoot twice and annoy people at range, instead of making a charge they would barely survive, then do like 1 wound of damage at most. At first I started taking the Scion arms to use as auto guns and las guns and whatnot, but I quickly ran out of them, so I ended up converting some bolt pistol arms from the Chaos box into some makeshift guns, using a little bit of plastic card and actually a piece of Q-tip that worked pretty well. Not only did it kind of end up giving the improvised weapon look, but I also made sure to lengthen the pistol so I could reasonably argue that it was a rifle of sorts. Granted, one being, held in one hand by some buff demonic cultist dude, but, still a two-handed normal rifle of sorts, kind of. Somewhere down the line, I resorted to really unorthodox guns, like one cultist having no arms and, frankly, no face, so he has a cable tail of sorts, and I'm saying that there is a blaster built into the end of the tail, because it's cool. Eventually, some cultists were also given las guns recasted with blue stuff, also called Oyumaru, with the green stuff inside of it being reinforced with a tiny clip of wire from a paperclip to give it a little bit of rigidity. You know, I had the Oyumaru. I didn't want to set the 3D printer up, so why not? Mixing up technique keeps things interesting anyways. Eventually it got to the point where I was both running out of ideas and working with models that weren't quite conducive to holding a rifle, so at some point I just kind of said fuck it. The majority of the models are all holding some sort of rifle, so if there's a few in there that are either not holding anything or holding something a little wrong, it's not really going to bother me too much. So the major problem I was having with the army were the bases, and thinking about my demon prints that I eventually want to make and the types of demon engines I want to use, I ended up settling for a, albeit not very well done, marble flooring. Now I'm going to be amazed if you can actually see anything here, because for some reason my regular camera was giving me a bunch of trouble with this little lightbox setup I've got. Like, no matter what kind of setting I cranked with, it was always just way too bright. Like, what you're looking at is my phone camera, but with the brightness settings turned down tremendously, and even the light itself is at its lowest setting. I don't know what... I don't know. I just got so fucking tired of dealing with it. I was like, alright, just do what I can. You can see most of the mini, I guess. But the demon prince that I am thinking of, shapes the whole world to his will. And I imagined this sort of demon sitting at, like, the top of a throne or something in, like, this marble, like, white marble kind of palace around him. And there's, like, nasty-ass orgies and torturing happening in this big floor space in the middle that he kind of watches over, you know. Thinking about it after I had started on it, it made me realize that I was drawing, maybe subconsciously, a little more inspiration from the Conan Barbarian movie, because, you know, when Thulsa Doom's sitting there watching his all nasty little orgy happen in his little area, it was pretty much one for one what I was thinking of. And when I made the connection, I was thinking, ah, shit. But also, aw, shit. So mostly everyone here is going to be based in a white marble sort of basing scheme. I was trying to learn a new technique here with these bases, and it kind of worked. It's a little sloppy, but now I know how to do it better, so whenever I do these Chaos Marines, the bases should look a lot better. I figured I'd practice on the Cultists since they were just troops, you know? So while I was painting my Cultists, the color scheme of white, orange, and purple seemed okay to me, but as I was painting my Chaos Marines, I don't know, something about the color just kept really clashing, not in a bad way, because like I kind of imagined it clashing a little bit in general. Like, this is a Slaanesh warband at its core, so I kind of wanted it to be a little, you know, loud, also to kind of contradict the Alpha Legion stealthiness, you know, that they come from. But I don't know, every time I kept putting orange and purple down, I didn't really like it. And you know, I tried a bunch of different combinations on all the Marines, and I got really sloppy with it, and just started throwing colors everywhere, and nothing really settled with me. So that's mainly the reason why I'm stripping them now. I've just got them sitting in some old simple green, like I said, until that ultrasonic cleaner comes in. But the part I'm looking at is if I change away from something that's orange and purple, I'm going to have to repaint all the orange and purple bits on the Cultists, which admittedly doesn't sound very fun, but no one in the Cultist blob is predominantly orange. There are some orange arms and pauldrons and little equipment bits, which aren't too bad, and anything that's already like purple skinned is probably just going to stay as is, because I like the purple skin look. But these Marines, man, I don't know. Just looking at them, I couldn't find any way to make it work in my head. So I'm going to be going back to the drawing board on a little bit for that one. I'm also considering just doing a little side project or something for now. Kind of hoping that inspiration or something would hit me down the line, but I'm not sure. Wouldn't be a very big project, probably just like some little one-off mini, or maybe even a bust or something. Just kind of something to do, I guess, or maybe, I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know a single thing. There's nothing up there, dude. Nothing. Not even an echo. It's just dust. You honestly think I'm responsible enough to be an adult? Look at me. But yeah, I got some color schemes to think over. Hopefully you guys enjoyed looking at these cultists. I thought about going a little more in-depth into them, but I'm not sure how interested you guys would even be in that. So I just kind of did this little brief spin around of the front of each mini. I'm a bit stumped on where to go next, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be building something or trying to paint those Marines, but I think I'm just going to try painting those Marines. I need a bit for these colors to settle in my head. But yeah, I'm not going to keep you here all day. I know you're busy. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next time.